deal with. And then we see the Scion coming through. Pretty stable answer in the top lane. Pairs well with the Rel. LM is getting very greedy here. Does not yet have 6. So it's not going to be a huge game changer, but 6 is up for Umpty.
Oh! The last little bits of that Infernum nearly tickled Rel's back there, but not quite enough, as Hoya face checks here. Is going to ult into Zeus, and we'll see if he's got any damage. He does have Flash, but with Umpty coming up to the top side, it looks like they want to convert. We got action everywhere. The miss on the play does come in, but they're just going to leave Delight to die. Not much they
See
can
just
do.
how scary it is right now. I mean, he's probably going to die here.
Yep, there it is. Just the follow-up, and Chieftain does not have a way to get out of this one. He throws his ultimate into LM, but not much he can do. And he was playing it well up until then. And now on the bottom side, Delight just getting caught out here. Good follow-up from Keria, gets him in the box, lands that death sentence, and that's exactly what it was for Delight in the bottom side. So T1 making the most of this game so far. You can see trying to get in there, and an excellent seismic shove is going to deny that stun for quite a while. And LM, with his 2 buddies, will eventually be able to take out.
Game-changing in some of those choke points, especially when you have Rel stuns and Magnet Storms. So they don't have vision.
Yeah, nice beat here. We do have the Talia up on the top side, but again, Hoya pretty tanky. They're also committing a teleport here as the wave is pushed into the mid lane. And Talia is fantastic about disengaging. She just runs away from you and throws some rocks at you. And now down on the bottom side, again, looking to force a fight when you're this far behind is just not a good idea. That's something we've all seen before. And now they're just going to throw the Rift Herald down mid lane just to add insult to injury. This game feels a bit over.
Yeah, we've reached the OVER status. Double charge for the Rift Herald. They don't, you know, the Aphelios isn't able to get all bot plates and then rotate to the top plates. His plates fade here at 14. But it is...
And, man, this is what all of yesterday was as well, when I was casting with Chronicler.
Yeah, I know about it, but I don't know if this matters. Okay, the teleport is coming through. Let's see how T1 gets out of this one.
All right, well, Faker, he's the veteran, he's the big brother. He's going to sacrifice his life to get his teammates out of there, and he's not even going to die because we have action on the bottom side. And now is where the real pain will begin. We've got teleport coming in, and Zeus is about to bop some heads. Faker now, 3-man haymaker, just able to get on in there and break some faces. And, well, this is just a rout. Everybody's running away.
Where you going, Hoya?
Look at that wall. He can't even run to the right. Really, really nice here from Talia. From turret plates, not a single Rift Herald, not a single Dragon. And that might just happen here,
by the way.
Yeah, why not? They don't need a jungler to do this.
Zeus is just like, alright, well, if you guys are going to try to 5v4 and fail, I guess I'll do this. This game is just so sad. We're potentially going to look at, like, a 15,000 gold lead here once these turrets go down. I think that actually might happen.
Yeah.
Some shockwaves, and we just see how much of a big impact it makes on a game like this where things could just get out of control because you had to pick a Syndra and your comp doesn't work.
Yeah, it was kind of bad, but let's see what they can do. Umpty gets a bit caught. There's the chem tank, and welcome to Set's world. You know, we talked about how a lot of these tanks are enjoying the chem tank, but it's just really good as we see time and time.
What kind of chemicals are they putting in that tank?
I don't know, man, but whatever it is, it feels good for whoever's using it.
No side effects, just a long cooldown. Okay, one chance, one hope here for Frederick Brion. He is isolated.
Oh no. He's supposed to be the tanky one. He was the chosen one. Oh, this is just...
Can they stop the perfect game? Okay, there it is.
Oh no, they stopped the perfect game. They killed Zeus. It happened. And I almost feel like that was their goal. You know, they just went in there and they just bullied one guy. The relatively not tanky Jace, of course. They burst him down, and that means we don't have a perfect game. T1 will have everything on the map, including denying all turret plates, except the one kill. that they did give over to Fred Brion, but they get the Baron here as well.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a great front line with T1's composition. Their comp is the biggest glass cannon ever, but it doesn't matter because they're so ahead. The damage output is insane. You just kill anyone who tries to collapse onto you. Zeus is caught on the bottom side by himself, and they all rotate in. And this actually would be, you know, we'd say it was a bad decision in terms of the positioning there in a fight like this if this game actually was winnable or, you know, there was any way to turn this around. But hey, they prevented the perfect game. They got Zeus, and that was all they were ever going to get. Not a great way to disengage there either after Sion died. And I think this is just walking down the red carpet here for T1 at this stage.
Yeah, they just need a rumble to finish off that metaphor. And they're going to cast Syndra. Down goes Chieftain. Not much he can do. They're going to root down Hoya. And the push will continue with the Baron buff. He's kind of just going for a run. You know, during this Corona time, it's difficult to get your exercise, but Umti's finding a way to do it. As T1, they're just, they're not going to be 2BM, but they will fight if they want to engage here for Brion. And T1 will be looking for these kills, as Faker will hunt down Henna. Hoya will also be taken out. Umti gives the big thumbs up. And that's going to do it for this game, guys. 24 minutes of pure domination in favor of T1 as they absolutely clap Fred Brion here in game number 1.
Yeah, Zeus with 2 deaths.
Yeah, no Callista alongside of it and all that jazz, but you know, a range support into Alistar, I like it. But Chieftain is here as well. As the engage will come in, Delight may have to flash this one, and well, okay. He's just gonna get blown up and deleted. There you go. First Blood decides not to flash, thought he could survive the Pantheon engage, but he was wrong.
I think there's a misjudgment here for Fred Brion as well. So all in by Faker.
Oh boy. Well,
he gets charmed though.
A lot of damage himself. He's gonna get ulted by Umti. He does have QW. He's gonna be keeping Umti at a distance, and that's gonna be enough. As after that ultimate is used, there wasn't much else.
Rotation down for the Seraphine, so just gonna be traded objectives. It's a good start here for Fred Brion in that regard.
Yeah, Featherstorm and even an Alistar and his bit of disengage is pretty nice. They wait enough time, and they think they're safe. They've got Chieftain nearby. They have the teleport coming in. The engage goes down onto Keria, and they will, in fact, pick up this kill. They won't, and Faker's just going to straight up take this entire turret in the mid lane. So he gets everything, even the extra plate, and is going to take that down at 13 minutes in the game. So Faker already in just an insane spot. He's 1-0 with that one kill. He has 142 CS. And just absolute domination once again. Zeus trying to put on the pressure up on the top side. And Hoya looks like he's had enough. He wants to get fighting here. Zeus will have to back out of range first before he does pack the Dominus. And Hoya says, well, okay.
He didn't have to flash, so I still like this trade for Zeus because the wave is still pushing. The Graves, as like the Graves ultimate misses the kill there, unfortunately. So it's really sad that that goes to Delight because definitely Chieftain would love to have that extra gold.
And now we're rolling up here on this Infernal Drake. They're just going to start it, and they're on Vision. So you would imagine that T1 absolutely do not want to let this go. As teleports will come in, and the front line is just going to get blown up. Chieftain way too far forward. Keria soaks a lot of the damage, as does LM, but nobody's dying on the side of T1 somehow, some way.
So good.
Look at these incredibly low health bars. It just doesn't matter. All 5 members of T1 will survive. They're going to take the Infernal Drake.
That Drake play. Desperate times call for desperate measures, but Chieftain.
Oh boy. I think he is just dead. Yeah, there it is. Shockwave now a teleport in the top side. They're looking to extend that lead as much as possible by taking down some more turrets.
Yep. I mean, the bottom side of the map, a little bit of extra value for Henna, minutely. He knows that, you know, he decides not to back and he's staying bottom. That's all they're getting right now in this trade. Team 1 are very happy with this exchange. Ooh, nice cast, though.
That was pretty good, but no follow-up. Like, seriously.
Henna's on the
Nobody's
bottom
getting
lane.
in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And with that, they're going to break the inhibitor already. It's very, very early on. And so they decide they're not going to take down the inhibitor.
Oh, very careful. You know, a lot of people will say very resonant sleeper, but hey, if it's going to get T1 at 2-0, Get the fans off, and they're gonna have to have a cast maybe to start it off. So difficult to pull this off. Umpty's caught. Oh no!
Great angle here from Keria, easily able to shut that one down. And now you don't have anything from the Seraphine. You have no follow-up. Great follow-up engage from Delight, but a little bit too little, too late, as Faker will run down a couple of guys on the side.
Target selection is perfect for T1. And I mean, you don't win that fight without that ultimate. You know, that's why you drafted it. That's why you want. That's what you're playing around in these later games.
Teams still are getting used to the way that they engage and their kits and stuff like that. So
yeah,
cool to see.
I think that the setup was good there. The split was good. The focus was good. And T1 just seemed much more prepared against the Seraphine than Umpty has mastery of it. And I mean, they didn't have vision. It's hard to put too much blame on Fred Brion here because this game has just been so difficult the entire time. They've had no vision control. All these waves have been pushed. Like T1 are playing the safest game. They're the tortoise in the tortoise in the hare, and Slow and Steady is going to win this race. Although it's like the fastest tortoise I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's quite nice actually. Just riding on the back of this tortoise. Getting in there. It helps when they have the Baron buff. Makes the tortoise run faster as well. Bro are going to give it one last go. They're going to defend it here at the inhibitor turret, or at least attempt to. As here comes Grand Skyfall right into your back line, as he would love to get that execute onto Umpty. It is not going to land. Elim is even emoting him. No chill from this jungler. As T1, it looks like now they've had enough time, enough safety, and they will look to end this game.
Yeah, just going to be an easy cleanup here on these objectives. And you need to push this mini wave a little bit further forward. This Faker wants more. Umpty going to get out of that one, but he's not going to be able to do anything. Wow.
Oh man, they're actually going to kill him.
Yikes.
Okay. Well, there you go. 25.5 minutes. And that will be the end of that series. Not much else.
Hello, congratulations. Congratulations, T1. You guys are now on the 5th place, and this is your first winning streak of the spring split. How are you feeling? I think we had a very clean victory in both games, so I think I'm pretty satisfied with our performance. And Faker, congratulations on winning your 400th game in the LCK. How are you feeling about that? I was below 2/3 of the win rate, but I'm happy that I was able to make it higher than 2/3 with that victory. I'm pretty much satisfied with our performance as well. And Faker, you were facing up against the junglers on the mid lane. Did T1 pay a lot of attention to that situation? What was the focal point of the mid picks? Because they had rookie mid laners on their team, so we didn't have enough data to analyze. But I wanted to kind of deal with the situation based on my basic kind of fundamental knowledge. And also, even though they did not have enough time to prepare, I think they showed up really strong in this kind of situation. Moving on to game number 1. You guys were dominating the lane with Aphelios Thresh comp, but in 11.2 patch, actually Aphelios is way ahead of KaiSser instead of in terms of match history. It's like 4-0. So, can you tell us about this matchup specifically? I think Aphelios, as long as he has his lane push priority, I think he can exert his dominance from the beginning till the end of the game, but we are confident in both picks. I also have a question over to Keria. Well, actually, back in the days, Thresh actually maxed E for about 3 points, but these days, a lot of pro players are now maxing the Lantern. Why is that? These days, Thresh is does not take the position that front. They actually stay behind in order to save their lane partner. So I think maxing Lantern is really good. I have a question over to Faker about game number 1. We actually kind of wanted you to play some traditional AP or mage champion dominating the lane, but you actually went to set in game 1. Why was that? We had a lot of squishy members on our side. I wanted to be the solid front line and tank the damage. In game number 2, Keria, you played Nautilus for the first time for the split. But I also pointed out that during the analyst desk, Nautilus is a really good counter into Rose comp. So can you tell us about that pick especially? It's a Seraphine locked in, so we knew that that's going to be mid or support swap. So because we were on the red side, I wanted to wait until R5 pick. So I wanted to go with something really strong and like crush the lane. But as the draft went by and we were down onto the R5, I realized that we needed some initiation tool. And Faker, you said T1 is haunted or jinxed by a ghost for game number 2, but finally you guys were able to have a very clean win for game 2. Do you think the curse is lifted? That doesn't really happen easily, you know. The ghost is always trying to make it spooky, so I will keep behaving nice. In addition to that, I heard Kumayushi is having his birthday today. Any birthday wishes over to your AD carry? Happy birthday, Kumayushi. And don't make any issues no more. And I hope you can become a great player. Because Faker never had a bad issue, you know. So very nice advice coming out from this veteran player and Keria. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Do not make any more troubles. That was the word from Faker over to Kumayushi. And your final opponent for round 1 will be DRX after a long holiday. How are we gonna prepare for that? Especially Keria, you'll be facing up against your former teammates PO6 Soka. If we lose that series, I think those two players will just bully me so bad. So I will do my best to win that game, and I would like to pick on them. And Faker? We lost 4 matches already, which means we should not lose anymore. So we will make sure to win that upcoming match, and we will prepare hard for the second round robin. So this will be the end of the interview with Keria Faker on the side of T1, and I'm gonna pass it back to our casters. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ji-sun, as always, for the wonderful translation of the analyst desk and the interview, of course. Happy birthday to Kumayushi. And we do have the standings ready to go. Up on your screen, you can see that T1 have moved into 5th place with this victory. They have moved onto the west side of the bracket, whereas Fred Brion will continue to sit down there towards the bottom in 9th place.
If Freak are able to beat KT Rolster with a 2-0 score, they will, move up ahead of T1, otherwise they will tie. So we could see these standings change. The KT Rolster win with a 2-0